Welcome, 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 you guys. Um, Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the water signs. If you guys are a water sign and you've kind of been, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you guys know how you've been feeling. I feel like a lot of you guys have been in this sunken place. A lot of you guys have been in this space where you're like, oh my gosh, no one's ever going to know how I'm feeling. You guys just keep working and putting yourself and immersing yourself around others and immersing yourself around work and just doing the work. So let's look at today what you're avoiding. And let's look at, I'm going to write this down so I can remember what you're avoiding. And then let's also look at what's going to bring you peace. Okay, I know that you guys have been, let me see, bring peace. I know you guys have been in this space where you're tired, you don't know what to do, you've been trying everything and everything's not working. And I can tell you right now, I don't even need to look at the cards, that you haven't been giving yourself rest, you haven't been giving yourself enough time to rejuvenate. And it's starting, your body's starting to shut down. And that's just what it is. A lot of you guys have kids. A lot of you guys have other people and responsibilities and like litigations I'm hearing. So because that's what it is, I just kind of want to get to the specific points of what's going to make sense to you to ultimately create a different change, so you can be a little bit more peaceful in life. And I know you guys are probably like wondering, I was just like play fighting. I guess I heard that like play fighting isn't like feminine. If I'm not stimulated, I'm an Aries and I grew up playing sports, playing outside. I have so many scratches on my body. Like I'm kind of like a tomboy. I like getting down and dirty. I like to work with my hands. So I do like to like play around and wrestle sometimes. I don't know why that's like not feminine. Because right, aren't women warriors at the end of the day? Anyways, I just want to get into this, give you guys some answers. I hope that you're doing well. Happy holidays. And let me cut my deck. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. Okay. Two more deep breaths. Heavenly Father, ancestors, spirit guides, and protective angels, thank you so much for waking us up today on this dawning and giving us the chance to connect with each other and rely on each other and be here for one another. I appreciate you from your abundant sustenance and prosperity that you have given us this whole time, even if we don't see it, and the times we do see it and we choose to utilize it. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the water signs. If you could give them the most clear message that's going to make sense to them and connect with them, and let me know what they can do to bring peace amongst themselves, others, and their soul tribe. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who's watching this video, anyone who's connected with me in the past to give me this message. And if you're not called upon this reading, you're not welcome. Amen. I'm just going to have to let that ring, you guys. Okay, so I already shuffled, but I wanted to shuffle again. That was crazy, that phone call right at the end. But let's see what's going on. What are the water signs avoiding? What are the water signs avoiding right now? It's almost like, yeah, avoiding that call, right? You guys are avoiding the things that are right in front of you, I feel. What are the water signs avoiding? There has been like a lot of water, like deep sea energy, I feel like, around me when it comes to people's emotions. People haven't really been telling me truly how they feel. You guys are avoiding, look, rest. The Four Swords, putting yourself in a place so you can problem solve, so you can go back to the drawing board. I feel like a lot of you, I'm getting like Scorpio energy, but I feel like a lot of you water signs are immersing yourself in like school, work, activities, bettering yourself, taking care of your kids, dealing with your family. You guys are fully immersing yourselves in that. And it's almost like you're taking on the persona of the activities and hobbies and other things that you're doing. So if you are someone that's going to school, you're immersing yourself and saying, okay, well, I'm a college student. It's like you guys are a person before you are any of these hobbies and activities and people that you're around or groups, so, or work, whatever it is. You guys are a person before that. So this is letting me know that you guys daydream of a better outcome, and you daydream of a better like solution when it comes to how you deal with your stress and how you deal with others and how you show up. But you're not able to actually put yourself in that energy because it's like you're so deep in the sea and you're so fully immersed. It's like you came in there with a goal, and I was like, there was a different word I wanted to use. It started with the O. You came in there with a different like objective, alternative, and because you got fully immersed, you're losing yourself. And you're like, oh my God, like before you even wanted to go back to work, you wanted to go back to work for what reason? And so getting back, I hate to say it, you guys, but I love to say it because I love you and I love helping you out. But going back to the initial reason of why you even did it in the first place. Why did you want to become a mom in the first place? Why did you want to go to school in the first place? Why did you want to make this much money? And if you think that, and let me put also something into perspective. If you've never had this much money, or you haven't completed that degree, or you haven't like been in this type of work situation, or had this type of much workload on your plate before, you can't even imagine what the outcome would be of the things that you want. So let me put this, you know what I'm saying? You get a new job and you're like, okay, I want a job that pays 6 figures. You've never had a job that paid 6 figures before, so you don't know what it takes to keep it. You don't know how you're supposed to show up so you can be great at all the things and then still be balanced. There's a different type of level of balance when you ask for more. Okay. Like if you're trying to, again, make that 6 figures, create a family, also have like a peaceful, like at home, like everything's organized and everything's clean. What type of person do you have to be to fulfill those things? If you're someone that is fully immersed right now and you don't really know what to do, you're fully immersed because you forgot what the objective is. You forgot what the goal was. You guys are so focused about, they're so concerned about fitting in and the people you're around to make it look like, oh yeah, I am that student. I am that worker. I am this manager. I am this mom. And you guys forget that before you're any of those titles, you're a person first, and people can tell that. So you guys are being so, it's like you guys are, you're fully masked. The reason why you guys feel like this pull and like anxiety and like disconnect from like the world and who you are is because you don't know who you are, because it's been so long since you paid attention to it. You've been playing in this role and this mask for so long, you forgot what it's like to be you. You don't know what it's like to be anything other than that teacher, or anything other than that employee, or other than, you know, that principal or nurse. You guys forgot that that's something that you were striving for to add to your pot. And now you guys just abandoned your whole pot and you just decided to like go immerse yourself in somebody else's pot. Okay. What else? What else are you guys avoiding? You guys are avoiding rest. You guys are avoiding, you guys don't, and you know what it is too? I feel like a lot of you guys are really judgmental. And even if you say that you're not, I'm just getting a lot of you guys are judgmental and critical of others. So the reason that you don't even like to explore yourself is because everything that you've been judging other people of, you're like, oh no, I wouldn't do that, or I wouldn't make that decision. And then when you start to look at yourself and you start to reflect, you start to see that, okay, maybe I am that type of person. Maybe I am around these type of people because they like me because they're just like me, or they're like me because they can see that I'm weak. You guys are going to start seeing reflections in yourself when you start focusing on yourself and looking back in that water. And I wanted to explain like the vision that I'm seeing right now is a lot of the water signs are super deep. You guys are crabs, Scorpio, like, you know, scorpions. You guys are like in these places where nowhere else, nobody else would be in the world. No other creature. No, you guys are like these creatures that just survive on your own. And even fish, right? Pisces. Yeah. So if there was like the ocean, right? And you guys are out in the middle of the fucking ocean, no sea, shore, island, nowhere to be found, just in the middle of the deepest parts of the ocean. And then this is the surface of where you can come up and get like a balance of clarity, because you have to be at this level to experience any type of reflection, right? This is going to be like the ground zero of starting to becoming one or the other land. Anyways, so I'm just explaining what I'm getting, the vision in my head. So if this is like the surface of the ocean, you guys are deep down, 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 like hundreds, 100, thousands of miles down into the deep. And I know that when you're there, like, again, you're fully immersed. You can't see anything around you. It's pitch black. You're bumping into people. You're like, okay, this is something that like I'm used to. I don't have to see anything. I'm somebody that just goes off of straight intuition. Like, it's not that you guys go straight off of straight intuition, but it's like your intuition is way stronger than a lot of people. And then, but the reality part is actually really crazy. Like, you guys have a hard time of coming to reality as well. So this is what's happening right now. You guys are deep, deep, deep. And now that things are getting all shaky and the energy is getting weird, maybe a little bit too claustrophobic, it's different areas because you're going so deep that now, like, you used to have friends and people around you who could experience that and relate to that. Now you have to go deeper and deeper. There's not really anybody there but you. So it's almost like you guys are experiencing yourself by yourself in the middle of the deeps and the depths of the ocean. And now it's making you uncomfortable. So now you have to rise back to the top. And guess what's at the top? I told you, the only place that you can see your reflection is if you come to the surface, and you have to look in the water and be like, this is who I am. So, and also as you come up from these deep, dark places, you're starting to see light. You're starting to see shadows. You're starting to see people. And because you guys are intuitive and you have a hard time coming to reality, there's this hard realization of, oh my God, I am this person that I said that I wasn't. And as you're floating and rising to the top, that's the only way that you're going to bring yourself back to balance. That's the only way. Coming back and reflecting on yourself, why you got yourself here, the choices that you made. Were you being selfish? Were you being neglectful to yourself or others? Were you being neglectful to your dreams? And it's just like, once you start to realize that the dreams that you've been chasing, it's been years, and you're like, man, I'm not even fucking close. I'm not even a wee bit close to where I want to be or to where I need to be. Come back to the surface. Start reflecting, because you're going to get yourself in a space where the further you go deeper in the ocean, there's only bigger creatures out there. And do you want to deal with that? Okay. All right. Oh, dang. I'm almost done with my tea. I like drinking my tea and reading. So what else are you guys not seeing? That I just had to explain that theory though. So if you guys don't rise back to the surface, you're just going to get yourself further away from who you think that you are. And I can just say, go to God, y'all. 222. Creation. It's okay to create a bond with God right now. Okay, what else are the water signs avoiding? Eight of Cups. You guys are avoiding that, like, you guys actually are good people and you do good things for other people. Like, you guys are avoiding all of the trophies and awards and certificates and celebrations and congratulations. You guys are ignoring all that because you keep chasing, like, there's something out there that you feel like you're missing, or something that you feel like when you obtain it, it's going to make you happy. And yesterday, it was like kind of like a hard realization, but like, don't be the person that's so focused on the goal and getting it done or getting that degree or making that money, because when you get it, and maybe like, let's say, yeah, you do get whatever you're wanting and hoping for, and then you're still not happy, or it doesn't come true. Is that going to affect like your whole life if that one goal or dream doesn't come true? Because if you're just doing it for that, you're basing your whole life experience on one thing happening that might not have been destined for you. And you could have enjoyed it in another area. You could have met other people that could have got you to where you wanted to be, and then found out that that's not even the direction that you wanted to go, or that's not even where your heart's trying to lead you to. And don't focus on so much of getting that one goal done, because the goalpost is going to keep moving if that's what you feel like is going to make you happy or fulfilled. Okay. What else? I'll do 3 of these and then 3 more of the Peace. What else is the water signs avoiding? What else is the water signs avoiding? And I do offer private readings. In December, I made them half off, so they were $35. Yeah. What else are you guys avoiding? What else is the water signs avoiding? Ooh. I don't think anymore. I'm going to pull these 3. So, you guys are so busy of doing whatever the fuck you think is so important. Like, cleaning shit around the house. And what else? I'm getting cleaning. I'm getting taking care of your animals. I'm getting, you guys are stressed about food and stuff like that, what you guys should be having for dinner. And in reality, again, I'm not saying that none of this stuff matters. I just think that when at the end of the day, has that ever made you happy? Has running errands ever made you happy? No. Exactly. So that's how I know that you guys are focused on something different. So I have the Hermit card. Sorry, I'm going to show you. I have the Hermit, Justice, and Page of Wands. And I'm going to read these all together and not separately because, you know, I already said I was going to do 3 for what you guys are avoiding. And it was the Hermit. It was the Hermit, the Justice. It was the Justice. Okay, let me see. So I think that you guys are avoiding blaming yourselves. And it's because once you start blaming yourselves, you get into like this, oh my God, like I know, and I knew it before, and I knew my intuition was telling me. You guys get into like this really like crybaby ass, like, and excuse my language, I love you guys, but it's really like you knew choosing this. You didn't even, this is what 100% I'm getting. So let me know if this is you. Take what resonates and don't what doesn't. You guys made decisions hoping that people were going to change, hoping that things were going to change, and leaving the decision in other people's court. So let me give you an example. You thought that your partner was going to change and, you know, eventually start giving you more attention or giving you more slack or change the things that they're doing because they see that you're stressing. And in reality, you never even had the conversation with them about it. And then you never set up any boundaries. And then so these people don't know this about you, but you're expecting things to change and you want things to change, but you're only changing your mental and mindset, and changing your mindset doesn't always help. If you want external changes, you're going to have to change your mindset and then hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? Or pray for the best. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And I feel like a lot of you guys try to change your mindset, but nothing's changing on the outside. Like you're still having the same conversations with people. You're not telling them that your mindset's different. You're not setting any boundaries. And then you're expecting like these huge outcomes, or you guys are doing something small and you're thinking about it. And then you see a small change and you're like, okay, well, that's a small change. That's how the universe works. Once you start working and once you start putting things into action, things change for you. So once you change your action and once you start doing things and start planning that appointment or start having that conversation with somebody, it's the catalyst to the change, but it's not going to keep the engine going. You're going to have to keep moving forward and doing things that you want to do and putting it full forward with your actions and having conversations with people and giving yourself boundaries and giving other people's boundaries and listening, you know, and then you'll start to see a real change. But you guys are only going like, I didn't see a change. And it's not even that you're upset about not seeing the change. It's that you think that you should be rewarded because you're working hard, but you're working hard in the wrong areas, and that's why you're not being rewarded. If you guys will stop focusing so much on making sure everybody else's shit's straight and making sure and pay more attention to making sure that your shit's straight, I promise the things that you're going to want are going to come that much faster. And this is for the water signs. Excuse me, this is for the water signs. So you guys are not like any other sign. You can manifest real fast with water. I think that a lot of you guys are afraid to give yourself justice because you're afraid of starting over. And let me tell you something. Would you rather keep building this tower all the way to the top for it to crumble? Or, you know, you're maybe like at the stairs. Maybe you're like at level 1 and you have to restart it over. You have to start over on level 1 instead of level 21, because that tower is going to fall a lot harder. 21 flights of stairs that haven't been built on a good foundation, it's going to fall right the fuck over, and it's going to fall real hard. And you're going to have to clean everything up with those 21 floors and then start over. So go ahead, start revamping, start revising things. Whatever, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. It only has to make sense to you. And let's see what's going to bring you peace, okay? Because I'm seeing that there's a part of you that wants to try something new, and then there's a part of you that is just kind of like, well, I feel like I have already all this built over here. Okay, if you have all this built over here, you haven't revised it in a moment, it's time for you to go revise it and go see what's working. I know it's a system that you guys are familiar and you're comfortable with, but obviously it's not working. 1, if you're coming to watch my videos, and then 2, if you don't see yourself content in that area, that's how you know it might not be. And I'm not saying like it's always going to be content, but like if you're not like okay with your choices and being like, okay, this is doable, I could just move some things around and then things will be good. If you're like, damn, oh my God, like this is all crazy and I don't know what to do here, it's time for you to reevaluate what your life is really like. And that even means going on a molecular level of what you're eating and putting inside your body. You guys should be buying either like a water purification machine, like a Kangen water or reverse osmosis water, or you should be going to get different waters. They're starting to play around in our face of what type of waters that we're drinking and just changing the labels. And I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear it who watch this video, but they change the labels on things. Like I learned this in high school, that bigger companies pay for certain labels to be on there or not on there because it's a business. So when you're even the water that you're drinking, you shouldn't be drinking tap water. You shouldn't be drinking any water that comes out of any type of like water bottle nowadays, because they definitely just said that they're poisoning it. And bigger companies like Nestle makes chocolate. What do you think they know about making water? Okay. And they're poisoning the water. They're putting fluoride in the water. They're putting minerals in the water that you don't need. It's calcifying like your bones. It's not giving you any type of hydration. They're actually putting sugar in the water so you can crave it. Sorry, salt in the water. So salt and sugar, depending on the brand. I'm not talking about that. I'm trying to figure out what's going to bring you guys peace. But I'm just saying you should be drinking different water. The water bottle should be gone. You should be getting like a 5-gallon water and go fill it up at, what is it called? One of those water stations or whatever. So, I mean, as you're evolving, and I know that some of you guys are older who are watching this video, but and I don't mean older, I just mean like you're not like a kid anymore. You're not 12 or 13 years old. We're older. We have a little bit of common sense. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to, it's like because you're older, you feel like the things that you're doing are working because it got you here so far, but it's okay to revamp. It's okay to look things over. It's okay to feel like you can let go of some baggage. Let's go of some of the shit that's happened a long time ago. It's happened a long time ago. I met a girl 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago when I moved here, and she just wasn't interacting with my posts, and we don't really talk, and I got a new phone number, and very little people have my new phone number. So I just unfollowed her on social media. I just unfollowed her, and I had her unfollow me. It was all good. If she wants to reach out to me and say anything, it's cool. But other than that, people don't owe you anything, and you don't owe people anything. Be happy with who you are and the choices that you make, because when the world is sad and you feel alone, these people aren't reaching out to you. You know what I'm saying? It might be husband, boyfriend, but it's just like most of the time, they don't necessarily nurture you how you need to be nurtured. And the only way that you can do that is take care of yourself. So you don't get sick and shit like that. And you don't feel sad and depressed because you're loving on yourself so much. Okay. And I am going to be starting on Sundays, a mind, body, soul challenge for everyone. So once a week, we choose mind, body, or soul. And then we come together and then we say, you know what, this is what I did this week. I exercised for like this many hours. I cleaned up my room. I cleaned up my space. And it's just like a supportive group. So you guys can, yeah, have some support on this new journey and like changes. So people actually are sharing with each other that like life isn't easy and social media is a hoax, what people are showing you. So let's get into what's going to bring you peace. I'm going to pull 3 cards. The other one, there's a lot of cards coming out. What's going to bring the water signs peace? Strength. You guys are going to have to take a real hard look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, hey, some of the things that I'm doing are toxic. Some of the things that I'm doing are unhealthy. The ways that I've been thinking about myself and others is very pessimistic. I think it's time for you guys to tame those demons and tame that lion or that voice in your head and really challenge it on what that voice is and who it is and how you got it. Because I feel like that's one of the things that keeps you in these dark spaces. You don't always have to be like the logical person. You don't always have to be the problem solver. Let people figure it out. If someone asks you a question and you really don't have the effort of answering it, say, oh, I don't know. Have you tried looking on Google? And then like, no. I'm like, okay, well, maybe you should look. I'm sorry. And it's just one of those things. It reserves your peace. So you don't have to think so much for people. A lot of people rely on water signs to figure things out at a logical and empathetic level. And that's because you guys understand how feelings work. You need a little bit of logic to understand feelings. And because you guys are people who, you guys understand both. And again, you guys are signs, if you know, correlating to the animals. You guys are animals that don't really need other, like a group to survive. So you understand for sure. What else is going to bring water signs peace? Ooh, what else is going to bring water signs peace? 2 more cards, Spirit. What else is going to bring water signs peace? Making a choice. You guys already know what that's about. There's something that's really emotional that is like pulling on your strings right now. And you guys are going to have to make the choice between caring so much about it or just getting your life in order. It's like, I have a feeling that you guys are like, it's like a web, a huge web, and you guys are, your hands are in like everything. It comes to making decisions with your kids. It comes to making decisions for dinner, how you're going to clean the house. A lot of people rely on you for your intelligence and your emotional incompetence or competence, not incompetence, emotional competence of like understanding people's emotions. A lot of people rely on you, and you have to make the choice literally if you still want that person to be you. I'm also getting some of you guys, your ego likes when people, when you help people, it feeds your ego, and it feeds something in you because it makes you feel like you're worth something. I'm just being honest. It makes you feel like you're worth something. It makes you feel like you're valuable when you help other people, because you're like, oh my God, I got to help somebody today. And it does feed your ego. So a lot of you guys need to get over that, because okay, just being honest, I'm not saying I use people, but I'm only asking people for help when I feel like I need it. It's just like, I'm not being lazy. It's just like, okay, I need your help. I need your help. But it's not like on small things, you know what I'm saying? And if it is, I am hoping that the people around me can tell me, you know, like they don't have the capacity for it. But I think a lot of the times you guys don't ask people for help. People are always asking you for help. And I only ask people for help like when I need it. But sometimes it's not even when I need it. It's just because I'm being lazy. And I don't think you guys really understand that people are using your help because they're lazy, instead of like asking you for help because they actually need it. Okay. What else are you guys not seeing? I mean, what else is going to bring you some peace? It seems like this one over here is weighing like so much more. I don't know what this pentacle is here, but it's weighing so much more on you. It's like, it's way heavier than like the other pentacle. Ow, got a cramp. Okay, right. What else is going to bring you peace? It's kind of time for you guys to, in the cycle of being people pleasers, it's time for you guys. Look, I got this at the bottom of the deck. You know what I'm talking about too when I say this. You guys help people just because I feel like you're bored. What the hell is that about? I feel like y'all are always in somebody's help. Y'all are always willing to help somebody, but then when it comes to you, it's just like, oh, it's not that serious. Oh, I know. And then you'll wait till you get sick, and then you're just like, oh my God, like I still have to take care of everybody while I'm sick. Duh, you already portrayed to people that you are Superman or Superwoman, and you're able to do all these things even when you're sick. It's time for you guys to start giving back to yourself, because the people around you and the people around us, our neighbors, everyone, people who are close are going to really start focusing on themselves. And guess what? It's not even going to be focusing on themselves. Some of them are. Other people are just going to be focusing on other people. So while you're helping them, they're out helping other people and they're not giving back to you. So you just pay attention to yourself. If you guys need to come here and be on these videos all the time with me, don't worry about my shirt. I woke up. I did this for y'all. And I think that it's really time for you guys to start giving back to yourself, start understanding that you are the prize. You deserve recognition. You deserve love. You deserve patience. You deserve like emotional compatibility with people who understand you. And yeah, that's really what I can give you. Like I said, you're the high priestess. You know what situations and what people have not been serving you. And you can tell on an intuitive level that these people are playing in your face. Just being honest. And then I also have here the 10 of Wands. This was literally right behind the high priestess. This is what your mind is like. Your mind is active and going, but this is what your body feels like. And that's because you guys need to give back to yourself. work on your toes, soak your feet. I'm somebody that is here for wellness, and I'm here for like, I try to do everything to give myself maximum relaxation when it comes to like my body. I don't always stretch all the time because that's not really, you know, I get a massage. That's maximum relaxation for me. Maybe a facial. I like things that feel good and like pamper my body. So maybe it's time for you guys to go outside of that spectrum, do some things that you haven't done before. I would recommend cupping. I would recommend going into a sauna. I would recommend doing a detox bath, and I would recommend drinking some herbs and teas to kind of help with depression. Blue vervain is going to be great, and then also soursop leaves for women to help with hormone imbalances. I love you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like these videos, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.